Hello and welcome to A Deeper Dive with me, Dara Cam. We have a very special show for you all today. We are going to zag today. You all are in for a real treat. It was my pleasure to host the 2023 Above and Beyond Honoring Women in Public Service and Government by City and State Florida event in Tallahassee recently, and you listeners can be in the room with us. It was a very, very fun event where we honored women from across the state for their accomplishments across various sectors, including politics, media, education, nonprofits, and beyond. I want to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors. The new service is one, the development group, KPMG LLP, Converge Government Affairs, Reuben Turnbull and Associates, Ernst & Young LLP, the Southern Group, Polk State College. Thank you all for sponsoring this event. And I just have to tell you that we had a overflow room. I say overflow. We had a standing room only room full of powerful and amazing women. I was really, really honored and thrilled to be a part of that and to just see so much talent gathered in one space. It was really a privilege. We had some special guest speakers and some outstanding lawmakers as our guest speakers, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit right now at the top who they were. We had Senator Debbie Mayfield, the chairwoman of the Senate Rules Committee. We had Senator Jennifer Bradley, chairwoman of the Appropriations Committee on Criminal and Civil Justice. We had Florida House of Representatives Minority Leader, Representative Fentress Driscoll. And we had Representative Vicki Lopez, Vice Chairwoman of the Select Committee on Health Innovation. And we had Senator Darrell Roussan, a senator from the St. Petersburg area. So you want to listen. Also, we heard some remarks from two of our sponsors, from Monica Russell, the Account Relationship Director with KPMG. Thank you, Monica, for your generous sponsorship. And we also heard from Denise Grimsley, President, CEO of the Development Group, former Senator Denise Grimsley, who also just incidentally was the first and only ever female chairwoman of the House Appropriations Committee. So how about that? So we have a bunch of talented women for you today and an outstanding gentleman. Please join us for a deeper dive into some of the state's most talented women.
President Kathleen Pasadoma has always led with grace, no matter the situation. She has proven herself as a strong leader, no matter what the crisis may be. And she has always considered the impact on every citizen in the state of Florida in every decision that she has made. I am so thankful and honored to call Kathleen Pasadoma my friend and leader, and someone who goes above and beyond every single day that she is breathing. And I will tell you that Kathleen really, really wanted to be here today, and I just ask that her prayers be with you as she goes through the next few days in managing her family affairs. So thank you guys for allowing me to speak this evening.
Thank you so much, Senator Mayfield. What a beautiful tribute to your friend and our Senate President. Our second speaker tonight, I'm very excited. We have a connection. Senator Jennifer Bradley is the chairwoman of the, if I offend anyone, just let me know, of the Appropriations Committee on Criminal and Civil Justice. She was elected in 2020, I remember, because I used to hang out in Mr. Senator Bradley's office before she was elected. And we are very grateful for you to come and join us here tonight. She goes above and beyond, let me tell you. Senator Jennifer Bradley. See, that's what happened when I go off script.
Hey, good evening. Thank y'all for the privilege of being here tonight. Just to shine a light on exceptional women who have made an impact on their communities in so many different ways. I mean, what an inspirational room this is, full of women doing important work, and it's so important for us to recognize that and celebrate them. So no two honorees here tonight had the same journey. They were not identical, but my guess is they all rhymed. A commitment to being their true self, motivation, determination, a commitment to their communities, a desire to make their communities a better place. And it's so important to celebrate that, because when people hear that, when other women hear that, it tells them that they can do it as well. And another woman may find a bit more courage. They may dream a little bigger and find new ways to grow. So events like this are so important that really celebrate women that go above and beyond. And I can't help but look out and think of my two daughters tonight. I've got my youngest is in her second year of law school, and her older sister just started her accounting career. And we talk a lot about what success looks like. And what does it mean to be, what do you want out of life? What would you consider a successful life? And for each person, it's individual. And it's different for me as a public servant in the Florida Senate than it is for each of them. But I share with them that success for them is not about playing the part of their male colleague. It's about being their true self, finding their own passion, and persevering and reaching their goals. And that's really where you get the true satisfaction. And I'm reminded of a story, a true story, by the way, of a woman in Ohio. I read this story. And so she had decided that she was going to take on the challenge of a 10K. Not a long-time athlete, but started training and decided that she was going to do this race. And so she does everything she has to do. She gets to the race, and she starts running. And she's going and going, and she starts to think that she's been running a really long time without seeing the turnabout for the 10K, because it was a loop. And so she kept going, and she finally passed a police officer, and she said, "Officer, where is the turnabout for the 10K?" And he looked a little puzzled, and he said, "Ma'am, you're running the Cleveland Marathon." And so she tried to figure out what she was going to do, how she was going to get back. But what did she do? She did what everybody in this room does when they face unexpected challenges and obstacles. And she kept going and going and going. And she finished the Cleveland Marathon with tremendous pride. So life and success is most definitely a marathon. And sometimes the race you're running takes a little longer than you originally expected. Sometimes it's not even the race you thought you were running at all. Congratulations to all of the honorees tonight. So many women are watching and celebrating you, and it's an honor to be here.
Senator Bradley made her analogy about the marathon made my leg hurt. I don't know anybody knows. I fractured my tibia in January, and I was on no weight bearing for 3 months, and I'm still recovering. So just hearing the story about accidentally falling into a marathon has me quite anxious. Thank you, Senator Bradley. Now I'd like to introduce Florida House of Representatives Democratic leader Fentress Driscoll. Driscoll is a Tampa Bay native, a leader in her community, and a champion for Florida's freedom to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. Thank you very much for joining us.
I told Dara, I'm trying not to break my tibia. I take that one step at a time. Well, hello, and thank you for that introduction. I am honored to be here tonight celebrating all the powerful women from across Florida being recognized by city and state as going above and beyond. This is a truly impressive list of women leaving their mark on our great state. And I just have to acknowledge that there's a really incredible young woman in the audience. I met a 12-year-old student reporter tonight from Griffin, Georgia. Give us a wave. And her 6-year-old little sister. So impressive. And along with their 13-year-old brother. I believe you are the future. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It was by far one of the most professional, well-performed interviews I've ever had, so thank you. But tonight is an important reminder for us to all stop for a moment and appreciate where we are in our lives and everything we've done. Because it can be so easy to lose sight of how far we've come when we're focused so intently on the next goal or the next challenge, the next thing on the to-do list. For myself, as a Black woman who grew up in Polk County, I try to constantly remember on whose shoulders I stand in order to even be at this podium addressing you tonight. Women like the Honorable Gwendolyn S. Cherry, women like the Honorable Carrie Meek, Senator Arthenia Joyner. They carved a path for women like me, and now I stand here as the first Black woman to lead either party in the Florida House of Representatives. And I also stand on the shoulders of people with names you might not know. My mother, Terry, was a school teacher, and my father, Joel, a dispatcher. They worked so hard to build a good life for my sisters and me. In high school, my oldest sister actually became the first Black student to be senior class president at our high school, and it was a really big deal. But she showed me that being a leader just wasn't for other people or something out of my reach. Seeing her win that election taught me that I could reach for my dreams too, and that it was possible to break barriers. And it helped me to be brave enough to attain many of the leadership positions that I've had in my own life. May every child in Florida have someone like that in their lives, and may we all grow up to be that example for the children who follow us. Because that's what leadership and success in this world is really about, making things better for someone else. Blaze a trail, lend a hand, lift a burden. My job comes with a cool title, an occasional ego boost, and the opportunity to stand shoulder to shoulder with amazing women like you all across the state. Once I even got to hitch a ride on Air Force Two. That was pretty cool. But these things aren't what's truly important. Leadership is helping to make our community, this state, better for everyone. To me, that's the measure of a leader. What are you doing for other people? How are you helping? That's what I try to think about when I measure my own actions. And especially here in Tallahassee, the center of state government, we can do great things for the 22 million people who live here in the state of Florida. We can help create a path to improve their lives, help them be healthier and happier. We can leave a better Florida for the next generation. Of course, none of this is easy. Our state faces monumental struggles. Too many Floridians feel that their government isn't listening and doesn't care about them. As the House Democratic Caucus leader, I have listened to our constituents, and they tell us about how their property insurance or their rental payments have skyrocketed. They can't find affordable health care. They're struggling to understand why we're spending time here on issues that feel personally invasive instead of on finding solutions for inflation rates that are twice as high as the national average. Florida families deserve to thrive, not to just barely survive. So what does it mean to lead for them in challenging times? It means not just seeing the problems, but really seeing and listening to the families facing them. It means tackling issues that they think are important, not the ones we want to bring to the table. It means fighting for solutions that might be out of the box or hard to do, but in the end will make a difference for the people. It means doing what might be less popular on Adams Street to help the people of Main Street. And regardless of our industry, if we're not willing to do everything we can in the face of hard problems, what are we even doing in leadership? Because then it would really only be about the fancy titles. In the House Democratic Caucus, we have a mantra that's my North Star in this process. I say it a lot, and Dara just said it, so you may have heard any one of us say it before. And that is that every Floridian deserves the freedom to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. It's simple, but it covers a lot of ground. It centers on our right to freedom to make our own decisions for ourselves and our families, and it highlights goals everyone understands, to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. Because when we help Florida families realize those goals, we have given them the keys to success. We have done what government is created to do. We have helped keep the people safe and cleared a path so they can become successful. Pursuing this as our guiding principle keeps us focused on what is truly important to Floridians and helps us to avoid divisive distractions. It hopefully guides us towards a more simple, hopeful, and service-focused idea of what our government could be in the Sunshine State. And if pushing Tallahassee even slightly towards that goal is what I do with my time in leadership, then I would consider my time well spent. I want to thank City and State for this award, and I want to congratulate all of the other women for being such incredible women in their fields. This is truly an amazing room of powerful women, and I'm just so grateful to be here with you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader Driscoll. Our next speaker, an old friend of mine, not old, but a very long friend of mine. State Representative Vicki Lopez has been serving in the 113th District since November. She is currently the Vice Chairwoman of the Select Committee on Health Innovation. We're going to be hearing a lot from you coming up. Thank you so much, Representative Lopez.
Thank you, Dara. Thank you, City and State. You know, it's interesting. When I got the call, could you say a few remarks? I was thinking about it. I said, let me see the list of women first. There was a reason for that. As many of you know, I have been in this, I like to say I grew up in the process, right? So I was a activist, advocate, lobbyist, and now I happen to be a state legislator. And I think about things that matter, right? Like, who are these women? I wanted to really know who they were. Many of them who have been longtime friends, believe it or not. Women I have mentored, women who I have worked with, women who I have fought good battles with. And I always think about it. When I look at their resumes on paper, they are really amazing women. But what most people probably don't know about them is they've had struggles. And no one ever talks about that, right? Because I think what makes a woman that goes above and beyond is a woman that has overcome adversity. Every single person will have an issue in their life. And hopefully, that issue will direct their purpose. And so many of the women that were on the list, they're beautiful, they're accomplished, their achievements are beyond anything that anyone would really expect. But I know many of them have struggled. And I think it's important when we say, oh, a woman has gone above and beyond, it's because she's done a hell of a lot of stuff. Some good, some bad, and some amazing. And so tonight I looked out in the room and the first thing I said to my friends as I walked in was, wow, there are a lot of men here. I didn't expect that. I have to be honest with you. I thought, well, when women get together, we love getting together, right? Because we love talking and sharing and kissing and hugging and celebrating ourselves. And then it struck me, these are a lot of good men behind a lot of great women. And I'm just so thankful to have had that here, because often women, and listen up, most of you that know, that have been in the process as long as I have been, know that there were few of us in the early days. Very few of us. We had to work really hard to gain the respect of, and I'm looking at my friend Cynthia Henderson as she nods her head. You better believe it. There were so few of us that we wondered, how could we lead? When would they take us seriously? When would they honor us for being their equal? And tonight, I think I'm going to go home and say, wow, here they are honoring those very women. And I'm so grateful for a city and state for doing this, because let me tell you something. Oftentimes, the women in this process are the unsung heroes. They work harder. They sacrifice, because remember, we're leaving children at home, we're leaving grandchildren at home, and we're doing what Kathleen Pasadomo does. We're working hard because we believe in the purpose. We have come here not to be somebody, we already are somebody. We're here to do the work. And every woman on the list, I studied it today before I got here, and I said, wow, they're either in government service, they're in nonprofits, they're killing themselves, and they're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it for their communities, for their families, and for all of us. And so it is a real treat to be able to be one of the women who says, congratulations. And I know there are more of you in this room that aren't on the list, and I hope that you will be in the years to come, because you all deserve this award. Thank you.
Vicki said sometimes you have to talk from the heart, and I think she absolutely nailed it, from the heart. So I don't see Senator Rousson on my script, so I'll go off. Should I go off script? Senator Rousson, Senator Darrell Rousson will be our next speaker. Senator Rousson is from St. Petersburg. We've known each other he's one of my OGs too, actually. He also served 4 terms in the Florida House of Representatives from 2008 to 2016. Welcome, Senator Rousson. You're our token man tonight.
It is not often that I am called a token. But seeing as Representative Lopez has already counted the number of men in this room, I accept that for a few minutes. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you tonight. I am proud to be here to help honor such amazing women from all across the state. And I hardly feel worthy to stand here and speak on behalf of the men, but I have served with these women. From 2008 to 2016, I served with Kathleen Pasadomo in the Florida House and with Chair Debbie Mayfield, and I watched them develop in this process. Learned that we might be adversaries today, but allies tomorrow. I've watched many of you as you go about your business for the people, for policy, commanding respect. And every day that I go to my legislative office, I pass a pink and white marker on the corner of 5th Street and Central Avenue that honors March 4th, 1919, when over 200 women gathered on that corner protesting for the right to vote. And it's a daily reminder of the struggles that women have had to play in the development of this state and this nation. So I honor you. I thank you for the lessons learned and the lessons yet to be learned. And it is an honor to remember tonight, blessed are the brief, for they shall be invited again.
Thank you so much, Senator Roussan. Let us give it up for our speakers, the senators and the representatives. Thank you so much. Before we introduce tonight's distinguished honorees, we'll have the privilege of hearing from two of our sponsors, who are also being celebrated this evening. First, we will have Monica Russell, Account Relationship Director with KPMG. Monica Russell.
I do not know how I follow that, but I would like to start by quoting a former boss of mine, and it was, if you want something, or if you want someone to talk about something, send in a man. If you want someone to get it done, send in a woman. And that is always true. I have been blessed with family, including my son, parents, and husband, who are right over there. The lead partner for my firm, Anthony Monaco, who flew in tonight just to support me. Friends, mentors, and mentees, many of who are here in this room tonight. They have all shown me grace, love, and support throughout my life and career, which I am forever grateful for. I was actually incredibly hesitant to be nominated, and I have figured out why. And I think maybe some of you in this room also feel this way too. It's because I don't want this to be the end or the finish line, which awards often signify. I want to continue on, be relentless, never stop, don't rest, and continue promoting other women. And I love that this room obviously wants to do that too. These are sponsor remarks, so I would be remiss if I didn't mention KPMG. KPMG is not just a tax and audit firm, but a full-service advisory firm. But they really do promote women's leadership, and they put their money where their mouth is. Not only did they support me once I was announced for this award, which I really appreciate, they also sponsor the Women's PGA Championship and host a yearly Women's Leadership Conference. At the last conference, Dr. Condoleezza Rice said something I think perfectly sums up what I'm hoping is a takeaway from this evening. Our job is not to make everything perfect today, not to resolve all problems. It's to lay the foundation and make a handoff to the next generation and the next generation. Thank you, City and State, and Jim Rossica, for putting on this event where we can recognize and honor so many that work hard for our state. I am honored to be in this room amongst so many accomplished people, so thank you all for everything you do.
Next, we'll hear from Denise Grimsley, President CEO of the Development Group. Thank you so much, Senator Grimsley.
Well, good evening. What an incredible honor it is to be here in the presence of so many successful women from both the public and also from the private sector. And it's also an incredible honor to be able to spend some time with my former colleague, Senator Roussan, and do not leave before I get a hug. And Senator Mayfield, we served in both the House and in the Senate together, and it's really good to see both of you. But tonight, speaking as a woman who has experienced many firsts in my life, including the opportunity to be the first female appropriations chairman in the House of Representatives, and I guess maybe the only female ever chairman of the Appropriations Committee, and now to be the first CEO of the Development Group, I'll tell you that we are working really hard in Florida's heartland to create professional opportunities for women. At the Development Group, we have the opportunity to work hand in hand with successful entrepreneurs like Autumn Bloom, who is the president and CEO of Stream to Sea. Stream to Sea is an organic sunscreen manufacturer, and she just landed a contract with Virgin Cruise Lines, and we're incredibly proud of what she's doing. But by fostering entrepreneurship and strategically investing, we are leading the growth in Florida's heartland, building a vibrant community with a rural lifestyle that has excellent access to amenities like broadband coverage. We're learning after the COVID pandemic how important broadband is, and that people are actually looking to move to the center part of the state to get out of the traffic. And in Hardee County, we're building a strong community of integrity where people want to work, live, and play. They are free from traffic and they're free from smog. I invite you to visit us in Hardee County and see firsthand where your next business opportunity or even your home may be. Reach out to us at the Development Group to discuss our unique incentive package, and let us show you how we are living the dream every single day. Our firm is the majority female. We do have Senator Roussan, one token male. So if you need to see a male, we do have one for you. But we'd love for you to come visit us. And again, I thank you so much for the incredible honor of being here, and congratulations to each of the recipients.
To give out the awards for the honorees. So I guess as I say your name, please come up and you will get your award. So we will start with Derek Ham. We'll do the honors. So if you are here, please come forward. Diana Adams, Executive Director of the Brevard Heart Foundation, is not here with us this evening. She's in our hearts. Ellen Anderson, State Legislative Affairs Director, Moffitt Cancer Center. Here she is. And I'll double up here. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Risa Barron, founder and CEO of the Health Information Project. If you're here, give her some round of applause anyway. Jennifer Connolly, president and CEO of Florida's Great Northwest. Kana Corey, president, public affairs consultants. How about Kate Deloach, partner at the Southern Group? There she is. Next up is Julie Dennis, owner and CEO of Ovid Solutions. Hi there. Nice to see you. Florida House of Representatives Democratic leader Ventrice Driscoll. The name is smudged, but I believe this says, Katie Flory, are you here? I thought that was you. Government Affairs Advisor for Gray Robinson. There we go. Well. Next up, Sarah Foster, an attorney at Morgan & Morgan. Dr. Angela Garcia Falconetti, president of Polk State College. Next, we have Mariam Gabi White, CEO of Gabi Consulting and Management, if you're here this evening. If not, give her some applause anyway. Nicole Gomez, partner, LSN Partners, LLC. Jennifer Green, president, Liberty Partners of Tallahassee. Denise Grimsley, president and CEO of the Development Group. Next, we have Cynthia Henderson, partner at Converge Government Affairs. Next on our list is a CEO, Natalie Kelly of Florida Association of Managing Entities. I do believe we have a certain lawyer lobbyist in the house. Kelly Kibbe Smith of Dean Mead and Dunbar. Come on up here. Next we have Candy Lowe, community organizer and owner of the Black Business Bus Tour. There is a note here, one of our honorees, Liza McFadden, president of Liza and Partners. I understand that Kendra and James Light will accept the award on her behalf. If you want to come on up. Thank you very much for being here. As we say on Highway 20, I recognize you from the TV. Julie Montanaro, WCTV news anchor, WCTV Gray TV. Next we have Karen Moore, CEO and founder of Moore, M-O-O-R-E. Next is Sabine Perways, president and CEO of the, I'm sorry, I skipped one person. How could I skip? Edie Owsley, president of Yellowfinch Strategies. I know she's here. I saw her this evening. Now we have Sabine Perways, president and CEO of the Florida Nonprofit Alliance. Next, our next honoree is at her New Mexico home. She is not here. Famous columnist Diane Roberts will be accepting the award on her behalf. That's for Barbara Peterson, Executive Director of the Florida Center for Government Accountability. And of course, we have Monica Russell, Account Relationship Director, KPMG US. Oh, it's time for, it's my kid's bedtime. That's what it is. It's the 7:30 alarm. They're still up. Next up is LaToya Shields, Government Relations Consultant for Becker. Zane Smith, State Director of Advocacy at AARP, Florida. Next on our list is Louise Saint Laurent, partner at Panza Moorer. Tara Tedrow, I hope I have that correct, partner at Lowndes. Heather Turnbull, managing partner at Reuben Turnbull and Associates. Second to last, we have Abby Vale, managing partner, Ballard Partners. And finally, last on our list, but first in our heart, Dawn Woods, State of Florida Consulting Partner / Principal, EY. And that is all of the honorees. So let's give them all a big hand. Hopefully I did not skip anybody on the list. I know we'll have some leftover awards because we did not have some people here tonight. But thank you to all who came out, and now I'm getting the hook.
And that's it. Thank you very much to everyone for coming. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you to this room full of amazing women, not only for coming here tonight, but for everything that you have done to contribute to your community and our great state. Thank you.
A Deeper Dive with Dara is a podcast by City and State Florida, hosted by Dara Cam, produced by Ryan Daly, and music for the podcast was recorded by Periodic Labs, LLC, and performed by Ryan Daly and Danny Reyes.